In this tutorial on recoding variables in SAS, I'll talk about how to collapse categories, as well as how to get rid of unwanted responses or recode values to missing. Let's say I've looked through the adult web questionnaire and I have selected this question. It's AC116. Now I will look at the adult data dictionary and search for variable AC116. I can see that the CHIS data analysts use the values from the questionnaire to create this variable AC116P1 with categories. And I should note I won't be dealing with all the respondents in the dataset, only with those who have ever tried marijuana. I can see that this is coded in 7 categories and that I want to get rid of the first. I want to set these values to missing. Also, I would like to collapse categories 4 and 5 into a single category. So I want to delete the first category and collapse 4 and 5 into a single category. Now I'm in SAS and I want to run my libname statement, which I have saved as a snippet. Now I'll click back to my code. I would like to generate a frequency table to see the distribution of people in the categories of this variable. So that's procfreq data equals CHIS adult table AC116 underscore P1, that's the variable name, and run. So now that I'm sure what's in the data set matches what's in the data dictionary, I can go ahead and recode. So now I want to run a data step. Remember, there are procedure steps, proc, and data steps, data. And what I want to do here is actually create a new data set that I'm going to put my new recoded variable into. That way you preserve the original data set just in case anything happens. So after data, I write the name of the new data set and the location, of course. So it'll stay in the CHIS folder, and we'll call it adult new. Next, set is the original data that I want to create the new data set from. So CHIS.adult. Now that we've started the data step, we can start to do our recoding. And we can do that with a series of if-then statements. So if AC116 underscore P1, that's the variable we want to recode, equals -1, then our new variable, we can name it whatever we want. I'll name it how long pot equals a period. And that is how we will set it to missing. Then don't forget to end the line with a semicolon. Now we can actually just copy and paste this so we can set the categories for this whole variable. So next, the category is 1, and if the old variable is 1, we want the new variable to be 1. The next category is 2. If the old variable is 2, we want the new category to be 2. Then there's 3. And same here, we want the old and new categories to both be recoded 3. Now remember, we want to collapse 4 and 5 into one category, so we'll collapse them both into category 4. So now this is 5, it will go into category 4. And then finally there's category 6, but let's make that a 5, just so we have a neat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 variable. Now we have our data set, and you should be able to scroll all the way down and see your new variable. So now let's click back to code, and we just want to make sure that we have recoded our new variable correctly. So let's run a procfreq statement on it. Let's just copy and paste this to save us some typing. But remember, our new data set is adult underscore new, and then we want to compare our old variable with our new variable. And so here we can see that we have indeed eliminated the -1 responses, and we can see 1 is still coded the same as 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 3, 4 combines 4 and 5 there, and then 5 is the old 6. SAS will save your new data set, in my case adult new, so you don't have to worry about pressing save or anything. What you do have to worry about is next time you conduct analyses with this data set, just make sure that after CHIS you are typing adult new, because you want to use your new data set with your newly recoded variables. And if you have more than one variable to recode, you can just do it in this data set. You would just write another series of if-then statements, turning the old variable into your new variable. And then you'll have all your newly recorded variables in your new data set.